Mark of Cain, very good, yes, okay, and we learned some related vocabulary items, and we have also read the story on the Mark of Cain, okay, and learned some idioms, okay, and the take-home message is we have to love all the people around us, because love can overcome jealousy, okay, it's better that you remember, okay, today we are going to do something. We're going to start another lesson, okay? But before that, now I know you are sitting in groups, okay? I would like you to say hello to everybody around in your group, okay? But we are going to use different languages, okay? So you have to follow the instruction, okay? So can you say hello to your friends in your group using English at first? Okay, good. Mandarin? How about Mandarin? Okay. Cantonese? Okay. Yes. German? Okay. This is very difficult. We'll go back to this later. Let's try something else. Thai? Thai. If you are a girl, you say Sawadee Ka. If you are a man or a boy, you say Sawadee Crop. Yes, Sawadee Crop. Yes. Okay. Can you try it? Okay. How about Korean? Anybody knows how to speak that language? Raise your hand. No? Okay. So how about German? I just said German. Anybody? No? Is that Guten Tag? Yeah, Guten Tag. Yes. Can you try in your group? Guten Tag. Yes. Okay. So we speak different languages. Okay. Now people from different countries, they speak different languages. How many languages do you know? 3? At least we know 3, right? You perform very well when we talk about like English, Mandarin, and Cantonese. Okay. But there are more than 3 languages in the world. Okay. Yes. Okay. But I want to know, why is that? Why do different people speak different languages? What do you think? What do you think? Now, so let's give your group a number first, okay? So that I can, if you are not answering, then I can take some groups to answer, okay? So on my right hand side, we have group 1, group 2, 3, and 4, okay? On my left, groups 5, 6, 7, and the last group, group 8. Yes. Okay, so can you talk to your friends in your group and see if you have any ideas? Why do we speak different languages? Okay. Any ideas? Yes, just talk among yourself for a while. Also from Genesis, the Bible chapter we read last time, Genesis, but it's Genesis chapter 11. Verses 1 to 9, okay? But before I tell you the answer, as I've mentioned, I want you to look at this picture, okay? Now this picture is drawn by a Dutch Renaissance painter on the Tower of Babel, okay? So can you take a look at the picture and tell me what you can see, okay? The whole picture, not just the tower, okay, but the whole picture, okay? So spend some time and study the picture. I mentioned that there is a tower. This is the tower, right? Okay. And do you think this is this tower is tall, is high? How do you know? How do you know it is high? Yeah? Okay, you see that the tower touches the cloud, the cloud and the sky, right? Okay, so it is probably quite tall, quite high, right? What happened to the tower? It is destroyed in the middle. Yes, you see this part of the picture? It seems to be destroyed, alright? And then, on this part of the picture, what can you see? Some people. And what are they doing then? What are they doing? They are having a discussion in English, probably. Okay, we don't know, we're not sure. Okay, yes. Now, I can tell you this is the Tower of Babel. But what does it mean? Remember at the beginning of the lesson, I asked you a question. Why do we speak different languages? Okay, so today we're going to read a Bible chapter on that. Can you go to Genesis chapter 11, verses 1 to 9? Yes. Okay. So after reading the story, I'm going to ask you some questions, and you will know the answer to the question I asked at the beginning of the lesson. Okay? Now, since we are sitting in groups and there are 9 verses, today I want you, each group, to be responsible for one verse. Okay? So I will start the first verse. Do you need to prepare for the verse you're reading? It's okay? Yes. So I will start. Okay? Verse 1. Made of bricks. Yes, bricks. Okay. But why did people suddenly have this idea of building a tower? Group 6. Why did people suddenly have this idea? Are they too... They have a lot of time or what? Group 6. Yes.
Because they want to make a name for themselves.
Mm-hmm. So that because they want to make a name for themselves. Where can you find the answer? Good answer. Where can you find it? Verse 4. Yes. Okay. This is one of the reasons they want to make a name for themselves. Can you find out another reason? Yes. They want to reach to the heavens. How do you know? From verse 4, okay, they want to reach to the heavens, okay, they want a tower to reach to the heaven, yes, probably. One more reason, there is one more reason. Yes, group 1, yes, any ideas? They will they will not be scattered over the face of the whole world. What is the meaning of scatter? It doesn't matter if you don't know, okay? But just by reading, we can guess the meaning and we can guess the answer as well, okay? It doesn't matter if you don't know the meaning. I'll cover it later, okay? So yes, we know that they don't want to be scattered. They want to reach to heaven and they want to make a name for themselves, okay? So remember this point, okay? So, but then, why did God confuse people's language? Isn't it good if they just speak one language? Imagine, okay, just now we use different languages to greet each other, right? So if one of us is speaking 普通话, another person is speaking German, okay, and another person is speaking English, okay? Isn't it better to have one language instead of so many different languages? Why did God confuse them? Okay, so what is God's reason? Okay, let's let people who sit far away to answer the question. Yes, the last group?
Does not think they plan to do will be impossible for them.
God thinks that nothing will be impossible for them if they can build a tower. Yeah? Other groups? Do you think this is the answer?
If there are different language, they will not understand each other.
If there are different languages, they will
not understand each other.
They will not understand each other. Well, God thinks like that. God doesn't want them to understand each other. Yeah? And Derek, where do you get the answer from? Verse 6. Yeah. Now, if we put these two sentences together, Okay, we know, yes, verse 6 is exactly the answer. Just be confident with yourself. Okay, I'm just testing you. Okay, yes, verse 6 is the answer. If, as one people speaking the same language, they have begun to do this, then nothing they plan to do will be impossible for them. Alright, so that means they can do anything. No matter these things are good or bad. Yes, okay, so it can be quite serious, right? It can lead to quite serious consequences. Okay. Anyway, so this is the story. There is one point I want you to pay attention to. Now, in verse 7, we can see this, the use of pronoun, us. Come, let us go down and confuse their language, so they will not understand each other. Why are we using let us? Who is us? It doesn't matter. Let's use the computer. Okay, so who is us? Who are us? Sorry, who are us? Any idea? Why are you so quiet? This makes me nervous. God the Father. Okay, you think us refers to God the Father. Any more? But it's us, right? Jesus. Okay, you think that it is Jesus? Yes? Okay. Any more? Us. Us means more than one person, right? Yes? So, God and Jesus. But Jesus doesn't appear here, right? But some of you think that it is Jesus and God. What else? What else? Holy Spirit. Okay. Wow, so this is so difficult. Holy Spirit. What is it? Okay. So, is that your answer? God and Jesus and Holy Spirit? Yes. Okay, yes. The answer is yes. Okay. But you say, Iris, how come now at the beginning of the story we cannot see Jesus and we cannot see the Holy Spirit? How can we just see God, right? Okay. Now, actually, we call this, a Trinity. Okay. So in English, tri here, this part, tri means a number, which means 3. Yes. Okay. So it is 3 in 1. Okay, 3 in 1. Okay, so us refer to the Holy Trinity. Okay, you can put this down. Thank you very much. Okay, the Holy Trinity. Yes. But I'm not going to explain this in detail. If you are interested, you can ask me later. Okay, we can talk about it. Okay, so yes. So basically, that is the story. That is the story. Okay. Then I want to go back to the first question that I asked you previously. Okay, I want to know what happened to the tower and why are people lying on the ground outside the tower? If we go back to the picture, okay, here. Okay, we can see some people here, right? They are not having an English discussion. Okay, they are scattered all over the place. So, what happened from the Bible story? From the Bible. Try to take a look and see if you can figure it out. Why are they scattered all over? And then, from verse 9, okay, that is why it was called Babel. Because there, the law confused the language of the whole world. So they are not speaking one tongue, one language. They are speaking, since then, they have different languages. Okay, this is the reason why. Is it okay? So, do you have questions about this story before I go on to the vocabulary? No? Okay. If no, then as last time, I want you to highlight some vocabulary items. Okay, and then see if you can explain those items. Okay. So, verse 2, move eastward. Verse 2, move eastward. And verse 2, again, plain. 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 And then verse 4, used instead of. used instead of, and also used for. Used for. Sorry, verse 2. Verse 2? Verse 3. Verse 3. Used instead of and used for. Can you see it? Okay. So let me continue. And then verse 4. Verse 4. Riches to the heavens. Riches to the heavens. From verse 4. Verse 4 again. Make a name for ourselves. Make a name for ourselves. The next word is also from verse 4. Scattered over. Scattered over. And then verse 6. Nothing will be impossible. Nothing will be impossible. Next one, verse 9, from verse 9. Over all the world. Over all the earth. Over all the earth. From verse 8. From verse 8, sorry. Verse 8, yes. The second verse. As men move eastwards. What do you think? What is eastwards? To the direction of east. Yes, okay. So this is easy. Now eastwards is an adverb. Okay. You use it. You can use it most of the time after a verb to modify the verb. Okay. It is just like adverb means adjective verbs. You're describing the verb. Okay. So eastwards means towards the east. Okay. So you can say something like this. Oh, the storm is moving slowly eastwards. Okay. With or without s, both are okay. Okay. So you may want to put it down if you are not sure about this word. Okay. Now there are actually other examples in English which is similar to this spelling or structure and usage. Okay. We know two words, right? Okay. Upwards. Which direction is it? Upwards. Can we point it? Yeah, upwards. How about skywards? Also upwards. Yes. Okay. So you can use these. Okay. You can use English creatively. Okay. But eastward can also be an adjective. Okay. Where do you put an adjective in a sentence? Or what do you describe? What is a noun? Yes, a noun. Okay. So the meaning is the same. It is just the usage is different. Okay. You can say something like this: the eastward route might be quicker. Okay. People asking you which direction should I take, and then you tell them, oh, the eastward route might be quicker. We are describing the noun route. Okay. So English is like this. With the same spelling, you may use it in a different way. Yes?
Why is there a S?
Yeah, sorry. This is my typing mistake. The word S is optional. Okay? So for British spelling, we don't use S. We omit the S. Okay? For Americans, we use S. Okay? Very good question. Okay? So let's move on. Okay? Well, they moved eastwards, and then they found a plane in Shinar and settled there. What is plane? Look at the picture. What is a plane? Nothing. Plane is nothing. Okay, plane is a place that has nothing. Very good. Okay, a large flat land. A large flat land. It is a noun. Yeah. No trees. Okay, you don't want to live there. No computer. No air conditioners. Yes, a plane. But it can be an adjective as well, okay? If you say, Miss Lin, today, not Miss Lin, Iris, okay? Today you're wearing a plain clothes, a plain jacket. What do you mean? Without any decorations. Yes, okay, so plain, no decoration. Plain clothes, plain jacket, plain paper, plain meal. Your mother cooks something that you don't like. You say, oh my God, So plain, right? Okay. So adjective, both adjective and noun. Don't talk like that to your mother, okay? Yeah? Okay. Next verse 3. They said to each other, "Come, let's make bricks and dig them thoroughly." They used brick instead of stone and tar for mortar. Okay, brick, stone, tar, and mortar are things that you use to build a tower. Yes, a tower and houses as well. Okay, but now my focus are not those materials because I'm not very good at that. Okay, my focus is this English structure. Used instead of. Okay, if we use something instead of something, you are using something in place of something to replace. You are using something instead of another thing. Yeah, to replace something. Okay, this should be easy for you. Okay, then another structure used for the same thing. Okay, they use tar for mortar to build the tower. So do they use tar or mortar? They use tar or mortar for the second sentence. Tar, yes, they use tar instead of mortar. Okay, the first sentence, if you don't know, they use brick instead of stone. So do they use brick or stone? Brick, yes. Since you're so smart, let's build ourselves a city with a tower that reaches to the heavens. What does it mean? With a tower that reaches to the heavens. Is the tower the tower is very high. High as so high that it can touch. Okay, it can touch the heavens. Okay. Now here, if you look at the word heaven, now usually it is singular, right? Now here it is in a plural form, which means it is in plural form, which refers to the sky. Okay, the heavens means the sky. We build a tower to reach the sky. Okay. Now, but usually, heaven is spelled this way. Okay, singular, uncountable. What does it mean? If we have a capital letter, heaven, the place where God lives in. Okay, the place where God lives in. Agree? Can we all live there? Someday. Do you believe that?
Yes.
Someday, maybe. Okay, it really depends. Okay. Yes. Okay. Heaven means a place God lives in. Yeah. But we Christians also believe that. Okay, we can also stay with God after we die. Yeah. Yeah. So see if you have that faith or not. Okay. Now this is a capital letter heaven. This is a lowercase heaven. Okay. So this one is informal. Okay, and uncountable, which means a place of great happiness. Okay. So what do I mean? Look at this example. Now you can say, I have a holiday. I just lay in the sun for a week and did nothing. This is good, right? Wow, yes. So it was heaven. So you use this informal heaven, okay, to refer to that you're very happy. You're in a place that makes you happy. Okay. One word. Okay, we have 3 different usages. So hope you learn that all. Can I move on? Yeah? Okay. There is one more thing that I want to do with this word. Okay? So heaven spells H-E-A-V-E-N. But there is another word which is also the pronunciation is very similar, which is also called heaven. Okay? And you actually saw this word. You have seen this word. It is a name of a hospital. Yes. Have you ever asked this question? What is the difference between this word and that word? No, because you think they are the same.
Yeah.
But if the hospital name, we use this as a hospital name. So do you think that we are going to, like, yes, okay, we are not going to visit this hospital, right? Okay. So heaven, this word, means it is a safe place, a peaceful and safe place. Okay. Now you can say something like this. Oh, the garden was a heaven from the noise and bustle of the city. Now, we people living in Hong Kong, we always hear like many people talking, okay, noise everywhere, okay, and busy, bustle means like busy, very busy city, okay. But if you stay in a quiet place, you can say the quiet place is a heaven from, okay, something you don't like, okay. So it is like a protection, a place that makes you peace, gives you peace. Okay. Verse 4, we have this word: make a name. Sorry, make a name for ourselves. Okay. Can you tell me what is the meaning of these words? They want to build a tower to make a name for themselves. What is it? Show off. Show off, maybe. Do you have other ideas? Group 5? Do you have other ideas? So, for their own recognition. Other people? Similar ideas. Yes, okay, very good. Now, make a name means you want to become famous and respected by a lot of people. Okay? If we are doing something to make a name for ourselves, we want to be famous, maybe we want to be rich, we want to be praised, we want to be recognized, okay? Make a name for somebody. Okay. So, I have this example here. He has made a name for himself as a talented journalist. Okay, so we make a name for ourselves. We for ourselves. He for himself. Right? He has made a name for himself. Okay. How about this word? Scatter. Scatter. Now here I am holding some markers. How do I scatter my markers? Put them far away from each other. Can you show me, Zachary? If you break them, you have to pay for them, okay? Sure. Okay, you think this is scatter? Then why don't we say I just put one marker on each table? Okay. So this is group 1's idea. All of you agree? Okay. Let's ask. Okay, Kenneth and Dickie, what do you think? We throw something, and then spread it around. Yeah. How do you do it? Can you show us? Using these markers, can you show us? Try. But don't be too violent, okay? Can you try? So we all look at the last word. See how they scatter the markers. Okay, Kenneth, don't block our view. Yes. Go somewhere. Yes. You actually scatter it on the floor. You can just put it on the desk, okay? So if you break anything, you have to pay for it, okay? It is none of my business. Just demonstrated it very well, okay? Scatter, yes, it means you move something far apart. You throw something, okay, to different directions, okay? So maybe the pens, okay? We have some markers, some pens. The pens were scattered all over the desk. All over the place, okay? Scattered. Now, but I can also tell you something. This word scatter, okay, you see the sound scatter, okay, is actually an onomatopoeia, okay, in English. What is this word? Onomatopoeia, okay? Now, it actually means the pronunciation of an English word which is similar to the sound that something made, right? The pronunciation of that English word is similar to the sound that something made. I give you examples. Where are my markers? Let me get it back first. Okay, thank you. So let me give you an example. Do you see this? Have you come across with this word? M-E-O-W. Meow. Okay. So what do you think that this sound with? This sound belongs to cat. Yes. Q-U-A-C-K. How about Q-U-A-C-K? Quack, quack. So which animal is that? Duck. Yes. Okay. Give you one more. O-I-N-K. Oink. Oink. O-I-N-K. Pig. Yes. Okay. So these English words, we call them onomatopoeia. Okay, onomatopoeia. Okay. But scatter is an English word that starts with the SK sound. Okay. And it is similar to the sound that we make when we are throwing things anywhere in different directions. We have this SK sound, scrub. Okay, girls, when you clean your face every day with those very expensive facial and those lotions, yeah, you are scrubbing. You scrub your body and face. Okay, scrub. This word, sketch. Yes. How do you sketch? You just write very fast or draw very fast. Yes. Okay. So these sounds, these words, okay, belong to this category. Onomatopoeia. Okay. So you can, if you're interested, surf the internet, look for these words, and you have a lot more examples. Okay. And when do we use this literacy device? Usually in poems. Yeah, in poems. Okay. Or stories. Okay. So you have to read more. You don't just surf the internet. You have to read more in order to brush up on your English. Okay. Good. Let's move on. Okay. So this is another literacy device I want to teach you. But before that, let's look at these two words. Group of people. A group of people that are joined together. United means joined together by a common culture, by a common language, or by a common belief. Okay. So you regard those group of people as one people. Okay. I'll give you an example to explain my idea. Okay, we know French people. Okay, they are romantic. Okay, they enjoy the life. Okay, so we say the French are known as a food-loving people. Okay, if we see everybody in France as one group, they have the same interests. Okay, they have the same interests and culture. So we can use this. It is actually countable. Okay, so they are a food-loving people. Okay? Also, what? You want to share with us anything? No? Okay. So, as I said, this word is actually countable. You can also use peoples. So when do we use peoples? That means we are referring to two or more groups of people that are united by a common culture. Okay? So here, at the beginning of the lesson, we greet each other, saying hello, ni hao, ni hou, right? Okay? So greeting others in the morning, or greeting others, is a culture found also among many peoples of the world. Okay? So the French people, they will greet each other. They greet each other. Hong Kong people, we also greet each other when we see each other, right? So these are the two examples that you can use. Okay? People and peoples. It is countable. Okay? Yeah? Let's move on. Now, I want to know. Okay, let's move on to the next literacy device. Okay, the second one today. Now, this sentence. Do you find it strange? If as one people speaking the same language, they have begun to do this. Do you find it strange? Let me not give you the hint. If I ask you to reorder the sentence structure, the pattern, how are you going to say it? Now think about it first. You don't have to answer me so quick. Think about it first. Do you think this looks strange to you? Yes. Keith, right?
Yes.
Yeah. What do you think about this?
If I was to say that, I would say they have begun to do this as if one people speaking this.
Yes, it makes sense. Now, if I were a Keith, I would also say if they have begun to do this, they as one people speaking the same language. Right? There are two sentence structure here. They have begun to do this. Okay? As people speaking the same language. Okay? So here, can we look at this sentence? They have begun to do this as one people speaking the same language. Yeah? But if we go back, the Bible here is using if as one people speaking the same language, they have begun to do this, blah, 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 blah. Okay? It seems the order is different from what we usually do. Okay? But this is actually a literacy device which is called inversion. Inversion. In Chinese, 倒装句. Okay? Inversion. Okay? Yeah. Now, here you may not understand. I will talk about one more literacy device to make you understand more. Okay? So, it doesn't matter if you still don't understand now. Let's look at another structure. This sentence is a little bit complicated. Another technique that is used here is called simile. What is a simile? We use similar to compare two things. Okay? Similar. We use a simile to compare two things that are similar. Okay? Now here, where is the simile? They have begun to do this as one people speaking the same language. These people began to do what? Began to build a tower as means like one people speaking the same language. Okay? They are just united. You know, they're so united. They have the same goal. They have the same direction. Okay? They do this as one people speaking the same language. This is a simile. Okay? And in a simile, we use as or like. Look like, for example, look like, feel like, okay? These structure, these English words to write a simile. Okay? So you may want to put this down. So you can say, oh, maybe if you still don't understand, I can give you an example. Maybe sometimes we watch basketball matches, okay? So the players are very, they move fast, right? So you can say, oh, those basketball players are as, how can I say it? Move as fast as a monkey, something like that, okay? So you are comparing those basketball players' movements to a monkey, all right? It's okay. Just stop me if you don't understand. I can give you some more examples, okay? So just now I talk about inversion, okay? And here I talk about similes. And we're using this in one sentence. So what do we call this pattern? We call it an inverted simile. Inverted simile. Okay? There are actually many inversions in English. Okay? For simile, usually we don't use this structure. Usually, okay? So, but here we can see one structure. Okay, like this. Inverted simile. So we put those two skills together. Okay? Okay, so going back to here, I want to give you one more example. Now, if I ask you to rewrite this sentence, okay, using a simile, maybe you can say they have begun to do this, to build a tower, as those who don't respect God. Okay, they don't respect God, as some people who don't respect God. Okay? So, a challenge for you. Can you form me another sentence using a simile? They have begun to do this as what or like what? Can you try? Can you try? Talk among yourself. Try to form one sentence. Quickly, okay. Nothing they plan to do will be impossible. Look at these words. I am using different color. Nothing and impossible. Okay. So this means everything is possible. Yes. Okay. But why are we using this sentence structure? Now here we are using a double negative. Nothing will be impossible. Double negative. Okay. Another very common double negative structure in English is this: not uncommon. Okay, it is not uncommon to see Hong Kong people go to church at weekends, right? So that means it is common or not? Common, yes. So if we put two negative structures together, it means it carries a positive meaning, just like mathematics, right? So this is easy to understand. Verse 8, so the Lord scattered them from there over all the earth, and they stopped building the city. Over all the earth means the whole world. Yes, the whole world. Everywhere in the world. Yeah. Now this is just something extra. When do you see over all the earth? Okay, actually when you read Genesis, the first chapter, when God has created all the animals, plants, okay, sun and moon, he said something like this: let them means human beings. Let human beings rule over the fish and the birds, over the livestock, and over all the earth. Okay. Now God loves us so much and trusts us so much that He let us rule over, take control over the earth, manage the earth. Okay. But this is not exactly the same, because we have a verb here, rule. But all over all the earth is the same. Okay? If you're interested, you can go home and listen to this song, Lord reign in me over all the earth. Okay? It's a pleasant song to listen to. I'm sure you like it. Okay? And pay attention to the lyrics as you're listening to it. Okay? Anyway, this is just something extra. Okay? So let's go to the main dish. Sorry. Now, okay, what time is it? Okay, so now let's have the main dish of today. Okay, I say this in this lesson we're going to look at the Tower of Babel. Babel, okay. Now this word Babel, the Tower of Babel actually, okay, maybe now was probably situated in Babylon, now in Iran, Iran. Okay, okay. But of course it was destroyed now. Okay, but people, those experts who study the Bible, they think that it is located in Iran. Okay? What is the meaning of the Tower of Babel then? Now just now I joined some discussions and I told you Babel is not just the name of the tower. It carries some meaning. Yeah? When you are discussing with your friends, do you have ideas about this? What is the meaning of the Tower of Babel? Okay. Now, if you remember the question I asked at the beginning of the lesson, why do we speak different languages? Okay. So the Tower of Babel, this story, okay, this tower actually means the origin of languages and cultures. The origin of different languages and cultures. Okay? So next time when people talk about this to you, don't just think about this building, okay? But the meaning behind is the origin. Because of this, because they built the Tower of Babel, God confused their languages. Okay? Oh, I have given you another keyword. Another meaning. Because this word sounds like the Hebrew word for confusion, it also carries this meaning, confusion. Confuse. Okay? I want to show you here, a news article that has actually contained this meaning, the Tower of Babel. Okay, look at this. Do you know EU? It stands for European, not country, Union, yes, European Union, okay? So there are many European countries who join the EU, okay? Now imagine, when EU has a meeting, holds a meeting, which language should they use? How do you know? They're not using other languages like German, but they are using English, because most people think that English is lingua franca, okay, which is the common language. Yes, okay. But now, how is the Tower of Babel used? Why does it appear here? Okay, so let's take a look. I will just take you through it very quickly. Okay, now it was reported that 10 new countries joined the European on the 1st of May. Okay, but these bring them an extra 9 languages. Okay, so imagine people from so many different countries. Okay, when they're having a meeting, what should they do? Okay, not all of them are good at English. Okay, so let's take a look. Here, let's take a look. Now, I said not all of them are good at English, right? Now the EU, people in EU, there are actually 20 languages spoken. So we need to translate the languages for them. Okay, if you are good at mathematics, you can calculate, and there are 190 possible combinations of translation here. Okay, so it will make the matter very complicated. And the news reporter is using the Tower of Babel here. Let's take a look. How will it cope? It refers to EU. How will EU cope? Cope means deal with this situation. How would EU deal with this situation? Even with 20 means 20 languages. Europe's Tower of Babel is creaking, breaking, okay, being destroyed. What does this mean? Okay, now this means that it is going to be an easy job or a difficult job for them? Difficult, yes, very difficult job for them, okay? Especially on the language, which language they're using for translation or which language they're using for meeting, okay? So if we're saying the Tower of Babel is creaking, it means the language problem is bringing down headache, okay? It will be very difficult problem to them. Europe's Tower of Babel. This is a very creative use of English. Can you see? Yeah? Okay? You learn this part, but you have to, okay, be creative when you're using it. Okay? So this is one of the ways that you can use this. One of the ways that you can use this Tower of Babel. Okay? And I can tell you one more. Now, actually, this word Babel can also be used in English, not just Tower of Babel, but only Babel alone. Okay? Take a look at this. Babel is actually a noun, and we don't have to capitalize it. Okay? We can use the lowercase. Now, it just means a confusion caused by many people talking at the same time. When many people talk at the same time using different languages, you will feel very confused, right? So this is exactly what Babel means. An example for you, you can put it down. I hear a babel of voices from next door. Okay, so many people are talking. Maybe they're having a party next door. I don't know. Okay, I hear a babel of voices from next door. This is how you can use this word as well. Okay, so this is the last word that I'm going to focus on. Is that okay? So I know it is a little bit boring. I'm so sorry for that, but they are important, right? Okay, so before I tell you something fun, let us read the words together. Okay, so can you see? Or if you can't see the whiteboard, you can refer to your own book. Okay, so the first word, let's read it together. Move eastward. Plain. Used instead of. Riches to the heavens. Make a name for oneself. If you are using he makes a name for who? Himself. Yes. Okay. Nothing will be impossible. Over all the earth. Babel. Used in our everyday English. Okay. Do you know that fish? Have you ever seen it somewhere? I thought you know. Don't you know? It looks familiar, but I don't remember, right? Okay. So what is that? Okay. Now, sorry. Now, the first thing I want to say is that actually the word Babel is used in lots of news articles. Okay. Just now I show you the EU example. That is just one of those examples. Okay. So you can serve it on the internet, or next time when you're reading newspaper in English, you can pay attention. Okay. News articles. So this fish is actually from an online translation tool. Okay, so the power of Babel means origin of different languages. So of course we are using it. So the Yahoo company is using it as a translation tool, right? So you can go home and look for it. It is like the Babel fish translation. But my personal opinion is that you can use it, but don't trust it completely. Okay? You know what I mean, yeah? Okay, so you can take a look at that, try it. Babelfish.yahoo.com. Yeah. And then there are some books, okay, based on this concept. This book After Babel. What do you think it talks about? What is it about? If Babel means the origin of many languages and cultures, it is a book on translation. Yes, okay. So those people who are interested to study translation, okay, so this is one famous book, one of the famous books, After Babel. Yeah. Okay. And another book, this is interesting. You look at the book cover as well. Okay, this is a scholarly journal. It is a journal designed primarily for translators and interpreters. Anyway, it is related to translation as well. Okay, and look at the design of the book cover. So what does it look like? A door, a tower. Yes. Okay, I'll say a tower as well. Okay, so based on the Bible story. Okay, imagination. Of course. And what is this? A movie, yes, okay. Have you ever seen this movie?
No.
In 2000, yes, okay, very good. So, we have one yes, finally. Can you tell us what this movie is about? Just very, very briefly. What is this movie about? Now look at the design, again, BAB. Usually, it is not in vertical direction, yeah, when, as we always think. Yes, what is Babel about?
It's talking about the people from different countries, but they have the same crime, and then suffer from something, and